Alrighty, my darlings and my loving souls. So welcome back to part 3, which is video series all about the wonderful birthday wishes. Now I'm going to grab a couple of cards from the tarot decks and some oracles, because part 3 is all about those messages from the spirit on a particular topic. I'm gonna try and get just a couple of cards from each because I'm mindful of the time. And got some oracle cards here. Now this is the part where I just do a little prayer. I might connect, I might just grab some water in order to get the flow going. And that's actually a little tip. The water is a very powerful element. It's got it's a really good conduit, for energy. So if you ever do find yourself in a position where you're wanting to write a message for your loved one and you're just struggling and nothing is coming through, don't hesitate to do what I just did there. You feel like you just connected to your spiritual self, to your heart, to the world, the universe at large. And I just drank a bit of water, just to transform that energy, allow that energy, bring that energy in, that flow of energy. And just trust whatever thoughts, feelings arise immediately, whatever messages might come through, like the music you're listening to, or pop up on your phone, or a title of a book or something like that, because that might be the little clue that will get you on the right track to coming up with your birthday wishes for your loved one. Or if you, as I think I mentioned this before, I don't do readings per se with the cards. I use them as tools in my life to get messages from the universe and the beautiful angels and ancestors and archangels and all the energies that are present here overseeing this act, this filming of this video on this particular topic about birthday wishes. And I just trust whatever comes through. I believe in that the most perfect messages will come through, and I then share them with the world. So here we go. Couple have come through. So here, this is the intuition deck now, if you're wondering. Spirits, please send us some topics on the birthday wishes and how to come up with the most perfect birthday wishes. Here we go. Thank you for that. Yeah, I might stop there because otherwise it might get a little bit out of hand, and I'm just mindful of time. So I'm going to go from right to left, exactly in the order that the cards have followed through and were picked. So initially we got these two beautiful birthday cards, and I love that they came through because yellow for me shows vibrancy, that liveliness, sunshine, joy, happiness. And maybe these are some of the words you want to put for your birthday wishes for your loved ones. And wands, we've got the Knight of Wands and the King of Wands, which are these royal cards. You might have divine masculine energy, given that this is you've got the King and the Knight here. The person in your life might be a male when you're watching this. Now, the cards of wands represent fire and passion and creativity, right? So this is your birthday wishes, can be anything you want them to be, right? The world is your oyster. The universe is even much, much greater than that. It is limitless. You can wish. There is no limit to what you can wish to your loved one, to that birthday boy and girl. And tap into that energy of creativity, of fire and passion. Put the hand on your heart if you're struggling. I mean, that's another practice, a physical practice you may wish to get into in order to convey your messages and come up with the most fit for purpose message for your loved one. Now we've got here an important letter, so Knight of Wands. It might be a message or a letter that you may wish to write to your loved one. So, putting your thoughts and your wishes from your heart into a written format. Anything else? Oh yeah, the one of the dragon, right? So there's an image of a dragon here, which is a fantastical being, right? It's not something that we can see when we're on planet Earth, but it's in the spiritual realm. And so thinking more about the spiritual part of the tool that we discussed in part 2, you might want to rewatch that if you haven't already. But it's another, I think, a confirmation about how your wishes don't have to be limited to this reality, to planet Earth. they're limitless. They can be fantastical, they can be magical. You can actually wish for magic in a person's life, for synchronicities to happen, to show up, for beautiful things to happen and show through, like more rainbows in your life, right? Because rainbow is something we can actually see. I think it's the most beautiful, magical representation, right? That's something we can literally see, and it's just glorious. And so yeah, I am in the birthday stuff, so didn't want to do another plug, but I will link it down below. My the business I started is called Birthday Stuff, and the symbol there is actually a rainbow dragon. So click on the Facebook link down below, you'll see it, that we've got Frankie the Dragon as kind of the icon behind the birthday stuff, and it's actually my spiritual boss. He sent me wisdom and creative ideas, and so Funky the Dragon has come through, and I started talking about rainbows. Funny enough, so if you are struggling for inspiration, you might want to visit that Facebook page for some more thoughts and ideas as to wishes and anything else you might want to do for your loved one on their birthday. Now the other card that came through is the Seven of Swords, and it's the highest minor arcana because it is really a plans, hopes. It's sort of like a wish card. There's a couple of words that are written on this card. Seven of Swords, yeah, look, it's highest mind arcana, so send them whatever is for their highest good, right? So one of the wishes you can literally write out or say out loud or think in your mind is that you wish for whatever is the highest good for your birthday boy or girl in their life, and that they get all the wishes come true, all of their dreams have come true, any plans or hopes that they may have are achieved. That's something you might want to say. Alright, and then we've got 23 thought vibrations. And thought vibrations, oh yeah, so resonant choices, signature signals. I think this is just a confirmation here for me to relate to you, team, is that thought vibrations are crucial. Don't underestimate the first element of my holy trinity of love in my world, which is thinking love, right? That if you don't say anything, if you don't do anything, but you think you put in the energy into the thought or a prayer perhaps in your mind, those wishes are just as powerful. Okay, so it's the least that you can do is come up with some positive, vibrant, powerful, creative, lovely, illuminating thoughts and send them to that person. Excuse me. And next card we've got here is the number 3, sensitivity and strength. Tapping the forces within. And you know what? I'm actually drawn to read the message out loud from this card, from the guidebook, because I think I love the feather. It's so light, it's very spiritual, it's angelic. You know, feathers are a symbol of angels in our lives. And so I'm gonna get out the energy and spirit card guidebook to read the message that has come through. So sensitivity and strength. A situation calls for some sensitivity now. It may be an issue with a friend or someone at work or in your family. Even if it's in your nature to be strong, in control, and sometimes even aggressive, remember that it's possible to be both tender and strong at the same time. This card is telling you to pause and resist any old urge to plow through things. Consider the peace and compassion you could introduce into a tense or tenuous situation. When you look at the situation with flexibility and calm clarity, you bring gentle, receptive yin energy to the issue. Then your sensitivity and strength will come together in vibrations as powerful and as soothing as the sun's rays. The affirmation is, I express my sensitivity and strength in equal measure. I always have the courage to take the most honoring approach. I love that message actually. I think it's actually directed at perhaps the individuals in your life whose you know is their birthday's coming up soon, and you might be going through a bit of a tense situation with them. You might be a little bit estranged. You may be, forcing yourself, or it might feel like you're forcing through to find some kind of birthday wishes for them, and you're just struggling to find the message that will resonate, and that truly comes from your heart. And I think this is a great reminder that if you ever do find yourself in that situation, is to remember it is possible to be both tender and strong at the same time. Get some more clarity by bringing in the gentle and receptive yin energy to the issue. So find some sensitivity, and if that means just walking away from the whole birthday wishes situation or circumstances at that point in time because you're just not feeling it. You might have the birthday card in front of you or the phone, you're about to send a message, but you're just struggling and you're not getting that positivity or flow when words want to come up naturally. Perhaps it's best to pause, step away from the moment and come back to it when you probably will be in a better state of mind and state of your own feelings in order to send the right wishes, the wishes for that person's highest good. Interesting message, yeah. And a very needed message, I think. So then we've got number 18, which is prophets and ancient seers, decisions and predictive guidance. And we've got, a lady that looks like a magician or a prophet, right? Or somebody who's got psychic skills. And she's looking into this pot. It's as if she's tapping into the future or seeing images. And she's looking interestingly into that pot. Now, ancient prophets, ancient seers and prophets. What message do you have to share with the world today on the topic of birthday wishes? Here we go. Although the prophets of ancient societies are also ascended masters and bring equally profound guidance, they carry with them a slightly different energy. Their messages are often predictive, revealing future potentials and offering advice on how to achieve the outcomes desired. The ancient seers are a powerful group that spans the length of history. They include biblical prophets like Isaiah and Daniel, the Greek Pythia, the Oracle of Delphi, and other lesser-known soothsayers of Western Europe. From the Druid high priests and priestesses to the English prophets, Mother Shipton, and the French astrologer Nostradamus. These brilliant prophets were all able to see future events and answer questions that were put to them. They are here to do the same for you. Invoke their presence in meditation on when falling asleep. This card upright reveals that they are near, ready to guide you in the right direction and bring your desired outcomes to you. And the affirmation is, I open my heart to the wisdom and foresight of the ancients. I trust in my future and myself. Excellent. 2 things that come to my mind straight away. First of all, as I mentioned, you might want to pray to a particular ascended master in your life that you believe in, or God. Or if you're not sure and you're not into prayers, at least try and connect with the divine and a particular prophet that you may resonate with, or high priest or priestess, any of the names that I've read out that you're aware of, Nostradamus. Or you might want to send intent out to connect to that kind of energy of being able to see through psychically what that person might be doing in their future, or what kind of birthday wish you may want to send to them. And something I've been doing recently is whenever I'm about to send a wish or a birthday card to my family members. Most recent one I did was for my mom. I literally connected with that energy, asked for guidance from their angels and archangels. I got my tarot cards out, and I was thinking a lot about my mum, and I got the cards out, and between all those bits and bobs included, I got I think the Bible out, to direct me to the right page at that point in time. And in between whatever I received, including I got a funky email notification literally during that point that I used within the message that I sent to my mum. And all these signs, trust in the universe to send you and communicate the most perfect messages. So that's something you might want to do. And the other bit from this card and from this message that I read is I recently just posted a video series on the breakthrough meditation in my life that occurred a few months ago. It's under the title of Connecting to the Planet Earth and Connecting to the Divine at the same time. Now, if you're not into tarot and receiving messages from oracle cards and whatnot, but you're willing to try meditation to try and get some messages, you might want to be able to find some outcomes or some messages or symbols through a state of a trance meditation. You may want to check out my practice that I do myself, and I sort of shared a few tips and bits and bobs about it, and you might be inspired to use that as a stepping stone towards coming up with the most perfect birthday wishes for your loved one. Excuse me. Now, the last two cards we have are from the intuition deck. Now I'm just going to put them here in front of me. I've got the guidebook here, so excuse the noise on my chair. We've got an obstacle. Okay, we've got a lady peeping through. Oh yeah, she's looking through the flowers, and so the instant message is, and it's kind of like she's looking for a particular type of flower, and all this beauty is actually in the way, as if the natural beauty of the flowers and the plants are an obstacle to her to finding whatever it is that she wants to find. And maybe you're in that situation, there's so many thoughts and ideas that are flourishing you, there's so much beauty around you, like literally physically around your presence, that might be the inspiration for the most perfect birthday message in your life. But it's as if you're like lost and you can't see it, or you can't see the beauty in all the things around you given the inspiration, as if you're looking for that one particular perfect message for your loved one. So perhaps there what you need to do is actually, instead of zooming in on thinking that you're controlled, that you're about to find that perfect message and you are but you're struggling in that, maybe it's time to step back, take a deep breath, look what's around you, what's to your right, what's to your left, what's in front of you, what's above you, what's below you, what's inside of you. Can you get some kind of inspiration? Name things out loud if you want to, write them down. In between all those elements, that might be the inspiration that you need, the beauty that you need in order to come up with the most perfect message for your loved one. But obstacle, so here we go. Page number 36. Challenges lie ahead. So we all experience challenging times in our lives. Every problem we face is an opportunity. These challenges can be gifts that help us to improve our life. These challenges are a chance to become a better person and to grow. Are you creating your own obstacles? Maybe this is a sign to drop your need to be perfect or to have everything mapped out. Are you sabotaging yourself because you don't feel worthy? Are your emotions creating challenges for you? Don't let fear hold you back. Don't let unhelpful thoughts hold you back. Don't give up. Signs, choices, challenges, change meaning in life's path. Actually, I really like this because this is all about the roller coaster of a particular life, right? You feel the good and the bad. There's the duality side of things. And your birthday boy or girl might actually be going through a challenging period in their life. And so going back as well to part 2, where we talk about the physical, the mental, the emotional, and the spiritual sides, any one of those areas in their life, the birthday person's life, might be sort of under attack, or it might feel like it's being really tested. So maybe your birthday wish may be seen from a different angle, whereby you understand or you can perceive that test or that challenge, that obstacle that a person is going through, and your birthday wishes might be written or sent in a way that is targeting that particular area of their life. And it could be through a form of you wishing that that situation or that circumstance or that energy surrounding that circumstance sort of releases, right? Because if that energy moves on, it continues, the flow of the energy continues into the universe and sort of goes somewhere else away from that birthday boy or girl. That might be the spiritual breakthrough or energetic breakthrough that is needed for that birthday boy or girl to feel better, to feel more positive, to get a little bit of more sunlight in their life. Yeah. Another one I like, every problem we face is an opportunity, and that's exactly right. We come into this world in order to go through certain challenges, obstacles, in order to learn lessons, and you might want to wish that, you might want to actually, through your wish, direct the energy towards the higher self of the birthday boy or girl, and ask the higher self to send the physical evidence and physical signs as to how that birthday boy or girl could potentially overcome the obstacle in their life. and ideally it all happens within the new birth year of their life. And the last card we have here is the moon, and we've got the lady. So moon usually represent, nighttime, shadow self, our inner emotions, our the shadow self, the other part of us, the spiritual side of us. I love that there's the wolf here at the feet of this lady making wishes towards the moon. I feel like she's really talking to the moon in this card, which is not a bad thing that you can do, especially those of you who are Cancer. Moon and Cancer are connected, so if your loved one, or you're yourself, or your loved one is a Cancer, you might want to wish for them to connect more with the moon and actually talk to the moon, send some prayers or wishes to the moon, and you might get some answers, some lovely responses back from her. So bear with me for a second. Here we go. Here's the message. You carry emotions that can be buried deep. The moon shines light in the darkness to help when emotions overwhelm and cause us to become depressed or disillusioned. The moon teaches us that this too shall pass, and that the darkness will not be forever, that the light of the moon will shine again. Be patient. Trust that your instincts and your intuition can guide you to the light, that you can work through and release those heavy emotions that are drawing you down. It's time to release and heal using the energy of the moon. Go slow and easy. Take time to process all that has been locked away. The moon also offers protection for you and your family while you do the work that you need at this time. Use this time to release unwanted fears and insecurities. And the signs are dreams, subconscious, clarity, understanding, insecurity, fears, emotional baggage, and protection. There's two ways to really interpret this card. One is that this might be you, the person that is wishing to come up with the most perfect message for the birthday boy or girl in your life, but your emotions are buried deep. You're really struggling to come up with the most perfect message because of the fact that your emotions are deep. And I truly hope that this video series, you may find value in it and coming up with a way that you can write or send the most perfect message to your loved one. And if you do, please like this video and comment down below with like a star or a moon or emoji or any other emojis that you're drawn to. Comment down below if you found this video series valuable to you to help you on your journey of coming up with the birthday wishes. But likewise, I said, talk to the moon, dig into your subconscious in order to get some understanding and clarity of what might be the most adequate message for your loved one. The other way of seeing this is that your birthday boy or girl might be going through a very dark night of the soul, or experiencing some deep emotions. They might be disillusioned or experiencing disillusionment or depression at this point in time. And if so, I go back to what some of the messages on the obstacles that we just discussed might be helpful. Likewise, part 2, where we talked about the mental and the emotional aspects. You might want to rewatch that in case there might be a message there for you that you can pass on to your loved one in order to help them through what is a challenging part of their life. Now what else? Yes, the last thing I want to mention is just come through. I had a night dream within the last week or so that I want to share with you, and it was to do one of the elements in that dream. It was a message that came through to me. Is these little mountains underneath our fingers. There's 5 of them, right? 5 fingers. It's as if we come into this planet in this lifetime, and we come up with about 5 or so lessons, missions, obstacles, challenges that we want to learn as a spirit, as a soul. And each one of those is underneath each finger, or thumb. I wasn't taught, or excuse my washing machine, I wasn't taught how to work with them, but perhaps pressing and meditating them and thinking about each of the lessons and the challenges might be the way to go for you. But the key thing that came through that was if a person is having like physical health issues, it might be a sign that one of the lessons or one of the milestones that the person is trying to, that the spirit is trying to learn, is not being addressed, or the lesson is not being taught. So because we talked a lot about in part 2 physical appearance. So have a think whether or not your loved one is experiencing, some kind of illnesses or sickness or pattern of those. And if they are, then use your intuition to try and see if there's a pattern or if there's something that can be done in order to alleviate that, to help them out. There could be mental health issue or emotional issues, right? So we've talked a lot from the messages that we received from Spirit today was a lot to do with emotions, the inner self, the shadow self, and deep emotions. So there might be mental health related issues or simply challenges and obstacles, right? Lessons and missions that are being taught. So it might be a really weird way, but it might be the way you need to come up with the best birthday wish for your birthday boy and girl. But just think about holistically, zoom out a little bit and think about what lessons they might be learning in their life, and if there's a particular wish or wishes that you can send in order to help them with that mission or lesson, then that might be the breakthrough that you need for the birthday wish that you're coming up with. Likewise, a meditation, you might want to meditate on it, ponder a lot more, spend a bit more time thinking about a particular challenge or mission that that person might be going through, to figure out, the wish that is most perfect for that individual. Trust in the universe, whatever messages may come through from the books that you're reading, the movies you're watching, pop-up messages on your phone, emails, social media, cards, if you work with cards or oracle cards. It might be something a complete stranger walks by you and you overhear something and it just kind of resonates with you. That might be the breakthrough for your birthday wish, for your special birthday person in your life. Now, I really should go and get that washing out and I really hope that you found value in this video series of birthday wishes. We talked a lot about some practical bits and bobs in part 2, and we've got some really interesting messages from the Spirit in part 3. If you resonated with any of this content and you found value in it, as I mentioned, please like and share this video with others. Do consider subscribing to this channel if you like this kind of content. And I did make a commitment to donate 22% of my income to charities and noble causes as the Loving Soul, aka Victoria. So the more you share the love, the more you watch these sort of videos, the more you comment on them, boost that algorithm, boost it to spread the message to others, and hopefully it will get heard more, viewed more, and more value is shared, and we multiply the love together. So with that in mind, good luck with writing your birthday wishes. All the very best to the birthday boy or girl in your life. I will see you in my next video, and have a lovely day. Bye now.